All right, good morning, everyone. Can you hear me? If you can hear me, kindly type one in the chat box or the comment section. If you can hear me, kindly type one in the comment section. Let's go. Good has already started moving. If you can hear me, kindly type one in the comment section or the chat box. If you can hear me, kindly type one in the comment section. If you can hear me, kindly type one in the comment section. Good is jumping. All right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. If you can hear me, kindly type one in the chat box or the comment section. If you can hear me, kindly type one in the comment section. If you can hear me, kindly type one in the comment section. Wow, what's happening? This thing is moving the times that we are not active. I think I need to. All right, so let's check out good. Is the music loud? If the music is loud, please kindly let me know. God is just moving. Wow. Just moving. So this was a perfect break and retest at the H4 time frame, waiting for a shift in trend. But it happened around 5:30. Let me see the time the move started. 5:45. Good has been moving at the times that I'm not active. I've been observing this thing and it has been moving the times that I'm mostly not active on the chat. That's what I've observed about this thing. But let's see. So since it has moved, we are going to wait for a pullback. And I take the trade. I take a sell. It's moving heavily. All right, so let's check out fundamentals. I hope everyone is doing well. Let's check out fundamentals and see. So today is Thursday. So the whole of this week I've taken only one trade, which was on Monday. Lending session. All right, so let's see. Maybe if today there's going to be an opportunity. All right, so on Thursday, 5th March, we are having unemployment claims. On 5th March, 1:30 p.m., we are having unemployment claims. Is the music loud? So you are going to be having unemployment claims. So during the lending session, you don't have any major or high impact news. So let's do the technical analysis and see. Gold has already moved us already down. All right, so let's do top down analysis starting from the higher time frame. Is the music loud? If the music is loud, please kindly indicate it in the chat box or the comment section. Let me know. I feel like it's loud. Okay, so this is the monthly time frame price. The previous month opened with no wick at the top, so maybe you're expecting a flip for us to get all-time highs. Moving to the weekly time frame, you have this rejection over here at the weekly time frame. You have this rejection here at the weekly time frame. So moving to the daily time frame. So at the daily time frame, we have this rejection over here at the daily time frame. We have another rejection over here at the daily time frame. So this on the daily time frame, this is the range you are going to trade within. Price has started making a move. So the range is 404,000. The range is 481 pips. So on the daily time frame, this is the range you are going to trade within. So let's move to the H4 time frame. So look, let's read that. Let's read the daily time frame. So reading out the daily charts, you'll notice that the previous candle created this support over here. So maybe one thing that can happen is what this is just making a bottom wick or a pullback, and price will flip to the what, to the upside. That's what I'm expecting it to happen. So it can just tap this one, tap target over here, and price will just flip bullish to this side. But the time frame of concern, the time frame you mostly pay attention to, is the what, H4 time frame. So what's the H4 time frame doing? So let's read out the this thing. So price is making lower lows, lower high, lows and high. So the moment, so it's made higher high over here. The moment this one got broken, it turns what, a downtrend. Price pulled back over here. So this is where I was considering the sell, but the time, and that is why I kind of didn't take a move. I was waiting for the H4 to close, then maybe I'll make a decision. But it just made a fast move. You get it? So this would have been the entry over here when this one closed. Okay, you were waiting for the end of the correction. It's not like I didn't see the move. I saw the move, but I was waiting for the H4 to close and probably just make fast move. See, just the 6 o'clock candle. See the move. Wow, this is crazy. So I was waiting for the end of the correction, and the end of the correction was given by the M30 time frame. So this is just a perfect what, breakout, shifted the trend, pulled back over here with what, no support or resistance to this point. But one thing is what, see the time it moved. It moved around 5:45, getting to the what, end of, getting to the end of the H4 time frame candle. That was when it moved. So did I say I wasn't lucky? I was just waiting for the H4 to close, because mostly when the H4 is about to close, price can just be moving very like roughly. So I was waiting calmly for the H4 candle to close, give me the pullback, then I'll take the sell. And price just moved. Price just moved. All right. So at this point, what you are going to be looking forward for, what I'm going to be looking forward for, since price has already made a move, we still have some what, gap over here. There's a gap over here for price to fill. So we can still be looking for a sell, since all the time frames you can see pattern structure is what, a downtrend. The candle, the previous candle also closed what, bearish. So we can still be looking for a sell to fill this zone over here. You can still be looking for a sell to fill this zone over here. If the move has, if I've already missed the move, I will still wait for the pullback. Okay, so there was this zone over here. So we have a gap over here. So I'm anticipating price can come and fill this gap. Okay, maybe landing during, getting close to the landing open, after landing open 30 minutes, maybe 1 hour to landing open, can either get a pullback, okay, for the sell. Yeah, we still have some zones beneath. We still have some zones over here for price to fill. We still have some zones, okay? We still have some zones for price to fill. So let's wait patiently. Let's look at the M30 time frame. Okay, so we have some minor rejections over here. We have some minor rejections over here. So at this point, what am I waiting for? What am I looking for? So it's either I wait for price to break below this one, then I take advantage of the breakout. Okay, I'm waiting for price to break below this one, then I take a sell to this point to fill this gap over here. Okay, so for price to close this gap, that's one thing I'm waiting for. Or I'll wait for a pullback. Okay, I'll wait for price to either make a move to this side, like just a pullback that is going to give me a clean zone. Then I'm waiting for on gold. Okay, so this one, the first move has already been missed. We are waiting for the second move. Let's hope lending is not going to range or just be consolidating. Let's hope going to trend well. So I'm just waiting for price to pull back. Okay, the high time frames are bearish. So we don't have to. I'm not looking for any buy. The only time I'm going to be looking for buy, since pattern and candle is all downtrend, the only time I'm going to be looking for buy is when price has broken, unless maybe until price breaks above this one. That is when the only time I'm going to be looking for a buy at this point. So I'm patiently waiting for, looking forward for a pullback or a breakout. Then I'll take a sell. So this is the point I'm going to be looking for the sell. Then price will flip and move to this side. The high time frames are what? Or maybe price will pull back. Okay, price will pull back. Then I'll take a sell. Pulling back, it can correct maybe 50%, 60% of this impulsive move. Then I take the continuation of the trend. So the rest of this thing is going to be what? Just waiting. So let me check out what the other chart is also saying. Yeah, so with this chart, let me check out. So this is my other gauge time frame. So the monthly time frame, the monthly candle close with no wick at the top. The monthly candle close with no wick at the top. So if I have any question, please kindly drop it in the comment section. I'll answer your question. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please kindly do so. Do well to subscribe to the channel, share the channel with your friends. If for some of you have gotten value that you didn't pay any dime, you didn't pay anything. So kindly subscribe to the channel, give a like to the video too as well. Share the channel to your friends and family who are struggling to figure out how this thing works. Yeah, so looking at the previous monthly candle, you notice that the previous monthly candle there was no wick at the top. So we can price can just flip and what give us fill this gap over this wick over here. Okay, at the at this broker. So let's look at the daily time frame. Price is currently approaching this rejectional level. We're looking at the daily time frame. At the daily time frame, we have this rejection over here at the daily time frame. Price is currently, it has broken within the what rejection level. We have daily this thing over here. Yeah, so at this point, we have like 37 minutes for this candle to close. So maybe I'll wait patiently for the candle to close in the next. If not, then maybe the with this one, the buy still looks, the buy makes sense. Okay, the buy makes sense. But let's wait for the candle. Let me wait for this candle to close to see what's going to happen. Because if you watch the H4 candle, you notice that the previous H4 candle has broken the lows. You get it? The previous candle has broken the lows. So it still has some potential of moving downwards because it has broken the previous candle structure, has shifted towards this thing, a downtrend. So we can still feel this zone over here. So let me move to what? Let me move to the H1 time frame. The buy makes sense over here, but I would prefer or I would love to wait for the 30-minute, the 7 o'clock candle. The price is currently what? Sitting over here. So with this chart, I would love to wait for the 7 o'clock AM candle to close. That will be the H4 candle closure. Then I'll see what's going to happen. If it closed bearish, then with that one too, I'm going to be looking for a sell. With that one too, I'm going to be looking for a sell. So let me see how this candle is going to close like. Yeah, so this candle is closing bullish. So this area is no trade zone. So the 50-minute time frame is flipping. With mostly these differences in this chart makes it confusing. Okay, let me see how the 50 minutes. Let me see how the 15-minute time frame candle is going to close. So by all means, I'm very sure this candle is going to close bearish. It hasn't closed yet, but I'm very sure it's going to close bearish. So let me bring out the support, the resistance, and see. So we have like three. There was clean, but there was no support or resistance to this level. So the chances are price will buy. Price has gotten to the daily target too as well. Let's see. We have like 3 minutes for the candle to close. I'm waiting for the candle closure to see how the candle is. The candle going to close above? So we have like 2 minutes. Okay. So this is the level. So when you are plotting out the levels, make sure it has what? Touch the body of the candle well. Okay. Don't just plot it at any random distance. Make sure it has touched the level well so that price does not deceive you. We have to make sure it has broken. Has it broken? Has it closed? So this is no trade zone. So will the candle be able to break above this zone? That's what I'm just watching. So I would love to wait for the H4 candle to close over here. That's what I'm waiting for. I would love to see the H4 candle closing. So So in the next 30 minutes, the candle will close. Because looking at the H4 time frame, you notice that what the previous lows has been taken. Okay, so the buy is risky. The previous low has been taken, and the chances that the candle is going to close bearish is very high. You get it? So you need to sometimes you need to let your experience save you. The chances that what the candle is going to close bearish, but I'm not sure in the next 30 minutes price is going to move up and fill and as in flip bullish. I'm not sure. So the chances that this candle is going to close bearish is very high, and what it has taken the previous candle low. So taking buy now, even though the buy makes sense, by taking buy now, I see it to be risky. So the candle has broken above the zone that I plotted, but I would love to wait for the candle to close. I would love to wait for the candle to close before I'll take action. So the candle has broken above it. So maybe this is what can happen. Price can move, give us a pullback, then we take the sell. So I'm interested in the sell for now, not the buy. Okay, I'm interested. I would just want to see the H4 candle closing in the next 28 minutes on this chart. Okay, because this one has already closed. Yeah, this chart has already on wonder the H4 has already closed. So that's what I'm waiting for. So let me focus on wonder chart. Yeah, so I just want to see a pullback, but we have a lot of rejections, we have a lot of consolidation. So if it happens, price breaks below this one. So you need to wait for the 7 o'clock. So it's all wait. So let's analyze this thing. NASDAQ and see. Let's analyze NASDAQ and see. So with NASDAQ, these are the various rejectional levels on the weekly time frame. Since you are waiting for gold for the closures, so we have this rejection over here. So at the daily time frame, price has closed strong bullish. Okay, so the buyers are still in control. So the H4 time frame looks good. So it's the same thing. It is the opposite of what happened on gold today. What's currently happening over here is the opposite of what happened this morning. As price just what ended the correction is the same thing. So you are waiting for the end of the correction over here. You are waiting for the end of the correction. So I've been saying this thing over and over again. If you want to see the end of a correction, wait for a shifting trend at the lower time frame. Then you take the end of the correction. Then you take the end of the correction. So price is still a downtrend. So at this point, the only time I'm going to be looking for a buy is when after price maybe price down to this side. Okay, price down to this side. There may be a shift in trend before I'll be looking for what? A buy. But with a sell, let's see where we can find a sell opportunity. So price has already moved from what? The reactional level. So at this point, the only area to look for a sell, this zone is very small. So if it's going to happen, price is going to pull back, give us what? A big zone, then we take the sell. That would be better. But at this point, taking a sell over here, the zone, how many points? The zone is very small. Take a sell within this range, this tradable range. Yeah, 25 points. So it's small. So at this point, if you are someone who looks into NASDAQ, then maybe you wait for a pullback, then you take a sell. Or if you want to take a buy too, you wait for the shift in trend at the lower time frame, like 15 minutes is going to be better for us to know what the end of what this correction. Price is currently approaching this weekly time frame too as well. Price is currently approaching this weekly time frame as well. So let's plot out our confluence. So we're expecting price to what, to come to this point. If possible, then the buy will continue. That's what I'm expecting. Then the buy will what, continue. Yeah. The price flipped. The buy flipped. There was something I'm taking note of when it comes to the differences in the when it comes to the differences in this different brokers charts. Mostly during the New York session, I focus on this chart, forex.com. But lending session, I combine the Onwanda and forex.com charts. So let's see how, as I said, I'm waiting for a pullback. So it can happen that buy and move, then we get a continuation. So let's check out USD card, GBPUSD rather. Yeah, so this is what I'm expecting on NASDAQ. So GBPUSD. So GBPUSD, for the past times that I've been streaming, most of the analysis that I've been doing has been playing out. Okay. So GBPUSD, these are the various rejectional level on GBPUSD. So looking at the daily time frame, we have this rejection over here. At the daily time frame. So at this point with GBPUSD, you just have to wait for a pullback, then you take the continuation of the trend. Because looking at how the daily time frame closed, the daily time frame it's making some bearish moves over here. Looking at the H4 time frame. So at this point, it's better you wait for a pullback. Okay, you wait for a pullback to this side, then you take the continuation. Or we can same time to get some what breakout over here, but it's better you wait for a pullback then you take the sell. Yeah, so the buy looks like it wants to play out, but it's better you wait. Let's see how they hit for. So we have 20 minutes. So sometimes you need to observe. This is something that I'm observing when it comes to differences in this chart. The H4 time frame. So I told you guys that when it comes to the forex.com, the buy makes sense. You get it. The buy makes sense. Price breaking above. But the reason is I'm just observing to see how mostly this things works, because the buy really looks good. But on one chart is different. On one chart is different. Let's see. Price has moved like 100 pips. Price has moved 100 pips. The buy makes sense, but not now. There's something I'm observing with these differences in the chart. Yeah, so if I miss the buy, as if the buy moved, I will just wait for a pullback, then I'll take the sell. I would love to take the sell. Price has currently moved like more than 100 pips. So the one under price tap go to the targets, and even with the candle never close above. This is what mostly makes it confusing. So after the closure of the candle, we have like 17 minutes. I'll be looking for a pullback as it is happening. So this is the pullback. So I'll be looking for the pullback, and I'll take this. So if you have a question, kindly drop it in the chat box. Yesterday too, this chart gave an opportunity during the lending session, but Owanda did something different. Yesterday was fourth. Yeah, around this side. It was around this side also. Three. Yeah, with this one. But the candle closed with no wick. This one. So maybe from next week, If I notice Forex Factory has given opportunity, I will take it. I said Forex Factory, forex.com. So this was the buy, but price never gave any this thing. There was no wick, so it made it very difficult. So price got to the rejection levels. Tap the rejection levels several times. Then it got rejected. Yeah, yeah. So yesterday during the New York session, we spoke. Yeah, we discussed about the sell. I think the sell happened after the active session during the New York session. The sell happened, but price never trended well. It was full of consolidation. So yesterday during the New York session, price was around the side when we left the stream. Price was around the side. So the sell happened, but it never trended well. Just moving, making back and forth. So we have like 40 minutes for the H4 candle to close. So so I think I need to blend. I need to take the seriousness of taking both charts together. I need to take both charts together. Because if I was concentrating on this one, I would have gotten this buy. Because if you look at this one, the buy look makes sense. Price has stop target. You get it. A stop target. The 50-minute time frame candle has broken above, giving us a top wick, just flipped. So the buy makes sense. But the reason is what? When I watch this one closed strong bearish, even though it tapped target, but it closed strong bearish. So I think maybe I need to take into consideration those charts. So good morning, boss. I'm still learning. So please, if you want to draw your supporting lines, if the current price, if the previous rejection will be your support line, I beg I need small clarification. I'm still in. So please, if you want to draw your support line, will it be the current price or the previous rejection levels? So after price has moved, what you will do is what you will just wait for a resistance, then you look for a sell. You've already missed, not missed, like it is not something I considered. The buy makes sense though, but it is not something I considered. So I'm seeking clarification, trying to convince myself. Then next week maybe I'll be taking advantage of these moves. I'll be taking advantage of them because yesterday too, forex.com, the charts at the H4 time frame, there was an opportunity. So I think waiting for this one, I need to blend both of them. If it gives opportunity, I will take it. Sometimes you need to steady. You get it. Let the chart teach you. So I'll be looking for sell because I'm not sure the H4 is going to close. It's going to flip bullish. Definitely going to close like this. So the pullback is happening. So this is the pullback I discussed. So when I see a resistance, then I take the sell. So, so if you want to draw your support line, will it be current price or the previous? So drawing support and resistance is very in depth. Okay, very in depth. So it's not like this is how it works. So you use the concept of market structure. If price moves up, pulls back, this will be your what? Resistance. So this is the concept. So if price breaks above this one, so if price is approaching this one, this level becomes a resistance. So if it breaks, now this point will become the new support. Okay, if it happens it breaks below, then this one has been invalidated, no more valid to be used in our analysis. Then this point becomes the new resistance, this one becomes the new what? Support. So if price is approaching this one becomes the new resistance, this one becomes the new support. So if price breaks above this one becomes the new what? Support. So this is how it works. So with this one like this, with the current market chart, if we're trying to identify support and resistance over here, price moves up, down. So this point becomes the support. If it breaks, if it becomes what? A resistance. So we're expecting price to pull back on the resistance, then price will keep on moving down. So if price is moving to, you need to watch your left. If you are reading the chart, you watch your left. So this point will become your what? This point will become your support. If it breaks, you're expecting what? A pullback on this, and now this one becomes your new what? Resistance. So as you are seeing, it's very what? Detailed. So this is how it works. So you see how, so the levels that I mostly draw on the chart are not random levels. You see how exactly price broke above and what? When the pullback happened, it just tested. So if I consider this broker chart, I would have taken the buy. You get it? I would have taken the buy because price is currently what? Price broke above the daily zone. So the buy makes sense. But because I was kind of contemplating on this chart and this chart, so that's one thing about trading is what? When you miss a move, you just have to learn from it. Okay, a time is going to come. All this time, I remember 2 years ago, I wouldn't have even thought of this move that it's possible for a buy. By with a constant learning, I notice now I know that I can be taking a buy. So trading is full of opportunities, but you don't grab the opportunities once. As you keep on, then you learn. You learn from the moves. You learn from the moves. Okay, that is how it works. You learn from the moves. You learn from the moves. So we have 6 minutes for the H4 to close. We have 6 minutes for the H4 candle to close. You have 6 minutes for the candle to. So next week the market is going to come to normal. You are going to move to standard time. That is the time you need. So if I have not built your skill, this is the time. So the previous times from January to February, what you mostly do is what? You see, when football season is about to start, most of the club, what they do is what? They do pre-seasons. They play with what? They mostly play with, they play friendlies. So what we were doing was from January to February was just friendly. Okay, friendly matches. So this is what the real league, the match is about to start. Okay, the league is about to start. So from next week, we are moving to the standard time. So lending session is going to start at 7 a.m. GMT. Lending open is going to start at 7 a.m. GMT. What do you call it? Pre-lending is going to be 6 a.m. GMT. So the market is going to come to normal. So next week, the market is going, you are moving to standard time. So daylight savings has passed. You are moving to daylight saving time, shift towards standard time. So the market will be coming to normal. This is the time for you to print money. Print money from the charts. So I'm waiting for a resistance to form, then I'll take a sell. A resistance, something like this. I'm waiting for a resistance, then I'll go in for a sell. Buyers really moved. Yeah, so the pullback on GBPUSD is also playing. It's working out. So you just wait for a support for the sell. It's the same thing you are looking on gold too also. So I'm not annoyed with what this buy. I'm cool with it. I know next week I'm going to be taking these moves. I know next week I'm going to be taking them, so no worries at all. No worries at all. If you know the direction of the market and it moves before you, you need to rejoice. Because you are going to, a time is going to come, you are going to take advantage of the moves. So at the initial stage, I missed the sell. The reason I didn't take the sell is because of that. So all these times, all these moves that you miss, you just write them down because the market is not going anywhere. You know the direction, but because of one or two things you are not convinced about, you just let it go. That's fine. Okay, that's fine. A time is going to come. All these moves, you are going to take them. All these moves, you are going to be taking them. So that's fine. So this morning would have been cool. 178 pips. But this one, the H4 chart looks good for a buy. Looks good for a buy. So I'm just waiting for the sell. Waiting for a resistance to form. Crazy buy. Clean. If you look at your left, it's clean zone. No support or resistances to the side. So this is a clean buy. If you have any question, kindly drop it in the chat box. Kindly like if you have not liked the video. So the stream is going to be on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So every Tuesdays and Thursdays, kindly try to join. Okay, so this is where we are looking for the resistance to form. Then we take the sell. This is where you're looking for. So I've watched the chart several times. I've watched the movement of price, and at this point, the first thing I do when I wake up is just to watch the chart. When I wake up early morning, the first thing I do is check the chart. Check on my phone. Where is gold moving to? Where is gold moving to? So you are looking for a sell. Wow, this buy would have been massive. 200 pips. Gold is sweet. 200 pips. Next week is going to be fire, 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 fire. 200 pips. Yeah. So the chances that the resistance is going to be formed over here is very high. You have dynamic resistance over it, dynamic support or dynamic resistance. So the chances that price can give us a support and we take the sell. So the H4 at this point has closed. So you see, this was just the flip of what, because at the daily time frame, so we are going to be looking for a wick fill over here. Price to give us a wick fill. So now this point has become the new target. So just waiting for a resistance, then I'll take a sell. If the candle close bearish, I'm taking a sell. Then I'm taking a sell. I'm hoping it's not going to move fast. Sometimes, so yesterday during the New York session, this resistance like this moved very fast. Price moved very fast. Yeah, so on this chart, it is approaching. On this chart, it's approaching the daily too as well. So I think let's check out this chart. So watching one thing I've noticed, watching different charts is like trading different pairs. They all gives opportunities at different times. If you are concentrating on the higher time frame. So I'm very sure this candle is just making a deep pullback. Wow, the buy would have been massive. Buy. All the same. Next week I'll consider if during the lending session this chart gives an opportunity. I'm just going to grab it. I'm just going to grab it because this buy was clear on this chart. It was clear buy, very cool buy. Buy just pulled back over here. The buy was neat, but it's just a learning phase. Just learn from the charts. If you have any question, kindly drop it in the chat box. So I'm looking for if this candle close bearish, I'll look for a sell. So let me check out this chart rather. If it flips bearish, I'm going to be looking for a sell. Yeah. So it's having a strong zone to over here. It's having a strong zone. Imagine, imagine knowing that, like getting having a clue on this sell. How many pips? 300 plus pips. You didn't take it. Imagine having a clue on this buy. How many pips? 200 and something, 270 pips. You didn't take it. And taking the sell and you just lose. That's the nature of trading. The perfect trade might even disappoint you. The one you assume or see it to be perfect will sometimes be the disappointing trade. So you are waiting for a bearish candle. If this candle close bearish, you are taking the sell. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. But before you take the sell, please kindly manage your risks. Make sure you are comfortable with the amount you are risking. Don't be a crying baby. I've lost a trade. I've lost a trade. How many pips range? I've lost a trade. 190 pips. Waiting. We have 9 minutes for the candle to close. So let me explain it. Let's do top-down analysis again so that those who joined will understand why you are looking for a sell. So the reason I'm looking for a sell is this is the reason I'm looking for a sell. So looking at the daily time frame, this is how the daily time frame is. So price made highs and lows, highs and lows. So it's an uptrend, okay. But we had a break over here. This candle broke this higher low, so it shifted towards a downtrend. Price currently what is pulling back. Okay, price is currently pulling back. So looking at how the previous candle closed, it closed with no pullback over here. So yesterday you were expecting a flip of the candle to give us a wick. Okay, the pullback, then the candle what fill, maybe if possible fill this gap. But price yesterday price tried, but I think the selling pressure wasn't much, so it couldn't come down and what fill give us the pullback or the bottom wick to fill this gap over here. So at this point, what you're expecting again is what you're expecting, since price this is a pullback over here. So we're expecting price to continue to this area over here. That's what I'm expecting. But the daily time frame has closed bullish. Previous candle closed bullish, but this bullish candle is not something. So what I'm waiting for is what just a pullback, since pattern structure is telling me what it's a downtrend. So these are the various levels. So moving to the H4 time frame. At the H4 time frame, you have this rejection over here. At the H4 time frame, and we have this rejection to over here at the H4 time frame. So this is the time frame of concern. So you see, if you are watching this chart, it looks like it's ranging or consolidating. But if you are good with structures, you will understand how currently price is moving. If you know how to read the market, price is making lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high. Okay, sorry, lower low, yeah, lower low, lower high, low. Okay, so the moment it broke the previous low, it tends to a downtrend. We saw some consolidation of price pulled back, expecting the trend continuation. So at this point, looking at the previous candle closed with no wick, so you're expecting a deep pullback. So this is the deep pullback that has happened over here. So I should have even considered all these ones to take the buy, because the H4 closed with no wick at the top, so you're expecting a deep pullback. So price is currently making a deep pullback, so I'm expecting the flip of the what bearish for price to keep on moving down. The pullback has already happened, so I'm expecting the flip of the candle. So pattern structure, price a downtrend. The previous candle closed with what a strong bearish candle. So this gives an indication that you are what we are having a lot of selling pressure in the market. So price has currently given us this resistance over here. Okay, this resistance over here. So we have like 5 minutes. So this is the reason I want to take the sell. Looking at the lower time frames, they are all downtrend. Okay, if you look at the 30-minute time frame, price just broke. This is the rate test, expecting a continuation of the trend. So looking at the 15-minute time frame too, price is also doing the same thing. Okay, so we have like 5 minutes for the candle closure. So after the candle has closed, I will look for price pullback, then I'll take a sell. The time that we are in is volume time. Next week, this time will be what, lending open. So I'm hoping price is not going to move fast. I'm hoping it's not going to move fast. So this is the end of what? This is the end of H4 target. It has gotten to the H4 target. So it's the same thing as it got here, then it just moved up. So it's the same thing I'm expecting as it has tapped this one. Looking at the long rejection candle. If you look at this candle is called exhaustion. So we're having what, bias exhaustion over here. Sorry, bias exhaustion over here. So buyers try to push price up. Sellers are trying to what? So you need to understand how to read the nature of the psychology behind the candle formation. You see how the you are seeing long exhaustion means what? Loss of control. So buyers tried to what? They drove price out. Sellers came in, drove price down. You get it? Sellers came in and drove price down. So this is an indication that what? We are having sellers are trying to come into the market strongly. So let's see how the candle is going to close. If it closes with a big body, you can take. So it's the same thing that happened during the New York session yesterday. So it's the same thing over here. As price got to the target, you were looking for a buy, a healthy candle, then you take a buy, a sell. But the candle never printed something that you like. They all give some long rejection candle. So this long rejection candle, sellers exhaustion candle, indicate that maybe sellers have lost control, buyers are about to control them. So maybe the only point I should have considered a sell is maybe when it broke above this one, but that would be in the middle of the zone. Okay, it's too far from where your stop loss is going to be. That is why I didn't consider. But looking at this trade, if it happens, this kind of close bearish. The way if you take your entry over here, price is close towards price is close to the target. So I think it makes sense. So how much? What will be my stop loss? So you need to place your stop loss below, above this. So stop loss will be like maybe, let's say 130 pips. So you need to calculate your risks. So you have like 2 minutes. So not when the trade is ready, that's when you are going to determine the loss size you are going to use. You need to calculate it before time. So check your account size and the stop loss you can use. So we have like 1 minute. I'm hoping this candle is not going to. I'm hoping it's not going to get extended or close with no wick. It shouldn't get extended too much. If it gets extended, then I will not take the trade because it has filled majority of the zones. So we have few seconds, 52 seconds. All right, so I'll wait for a pullback. I'll wait for price to pull back a bit, then I'll take the sell. I like the pullback. 30 seconds more. I like the pullback. So before you take the trade, make sure you manage your risks. Trading is all about probabilities. It should close. Wow, the candle might close with no wick. The candle close with no wick. Can we get a pullback? The candle close with no wick. Let me check this one. You might get a deep pullback. The candle close with no wick. So I'm waiting for the pullback. The 50-minute time frame candle close with no wick. There was no wick, so you need to wait for a pullback. So you see these candles. So you see this candle close. There was some wick. This candle close with no wick. It's dangerous when you see a candle closure like this. You can get a deep pullback. So I'm not in the trade yet because of the nature of the candle. I want to see a pullback. Like I want to see. So the way it has, so if it makes a deep pullback and flip to sell again, that will make sense. I just want to see a deep pullback. I want to see a pullback. I don't want to rush. Yeah, so the pullback is happening. So the pullback is happening. So at this point, if you start flipping bearish, the way the candle closed, that's what, let me check my broker chart. Okay, so if the candle flips bearish, I'll take a sell. If it comes back and flip bearish, I'll take a sell. So waiting for the flip. But this, there was no wick. So if you don't get it at the 15-minute time frame, I think the 30 minutes will make sense. Then it will be a break and retest over here. So we have like 10 minutes for the 30-minute time frame to close. Okay, so it's trying to flip. So the stop loss would be like 140 pips. $140 pips. So you see how this buy happened, right? Just made a neat pullback over here before it started flipping up. Exactly the same thing that I want to see. So we have like 7 minutes for the 30 minutes candle to close. Oh, I should wait the 30 minutes. The 30 minutes will rather give a strong confirmation. Because the way the candle close, the candle closure, I don't feel it. Guys, I'll wait for the 30 minutes. I think the 30 minutes will rather give a strong confirmation. So we have like 6 minutes. I'll wait for the 30 minutes closure. I'll wait for the 30 minutes rather. That will give me a better confirmation. So we have just 5 minutes for the 30 to close. How do you know that the candle closed 30 minutes to come? So if you want to know where the time that the candle is going to close, it is over here. So you have 5 minutes 27 seconds. I hope you are seeing where I'm pointing the arrow. 5 minutes 20 seconds. Where the red distance is. Check inside the red shaded part. That's where you're going to know. So I hope you people saw how patient I am. When the candle closed, I said, nah, this candle never closed with wick. I just have to wait for a pullback. He just made a pullback. I'm sure someone entered and the person is in a deep drawdown. You get it. So you need to be calm and patient. Wait. So if you have any question, kindly drop it in the chat box, comment section. Give a like to the stream too as well. Kindly give a, I don't know why I have to be saying this. If you have not subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe, share the channel to your friends too. I hope you people are getting value. All the things that you spoke about, waiting for price to what, break, pull back, everything is playing out here. We have like 3 minutes for the candle closure. Let's patiently wait for the candle closure, because we are seeing a lot of rejections, select exhaustions, bias exhaustion over here. Hello. Yeah, watch out. So we have like few this thing for the 30-minute candle to close. So someone is asking, do you do one-on-one mentorship? Yeah, so you can contact me. Where are you located? Are you in Ghana? Are you in Kenya, Nigeria, South Africa? Where are you located? So 1 minute 16 seconds. So the stream will be happening Monday from Tuesdays and Thursdays. Okay, from Tuesdays to Thursdays. Tuesdays to Thursdays. Catch me live on YouTube. So we are heading towards London Open. We are heading towards London Open. So we need to expect some volume hitting the market. We are heading towards London Open. Yeah, so the 30-minute time frame has closed, but I was expecting it to close with a strong like body candle, but this candle closed something like, you don't know who is in control. So this is how this candle is called indecision. Like it's 50-50. See how the candle exhausted. see the long exhaustion, see the upper exhaustion. You get it? So a lot of exhaustion. Buyers, sellers have lost control. Buyers have lost control. Indecision. You don't know who is in control of the market. But price has closed though bearish. So at this point, I think maybe our entry can happen during the lending open in the next 30 minutes. So you see how important waiting is. If I rush and executed a sell, by now I would have been in drawdown. So at this point, we just have to wait for the 15-minute time frame to, if the 30-minute time frame breaks over here, our stop loss is going to be too extended. So now this one has given us a new support. So our stop loss will now reduce. We can use this level as our stop loss. So our stop loss will now reduce to maybe 90 something instead of 100 and something pips, 95 pips. So let's wait and see how the candle, can it break the high over here? Can it break? So at this point, I'm not taking into consideration so if lending open, that would be nice, because if lending opens, then the H1 is going to close bearish, the 30-minute is also going to close bearish, the 15-minute is also going to close bearish. That would be nice, but that was going to be, you don't know, gold is something like it can just move before you, it will just left you. So at this point, if price takes the low over here, can consider the sell, because gold is something like can just move before you. If it consolidates over here, that would be nice. Then lending open brings in volume, then gold just down. Okay, you are in Ghana. Okay, I hope you are in my WhatsApp groups. So pick my number over there and chat me. If you're in my WhatsApp group, let me know if you're in my WhatsApp group. Are you in any of my groups? So from next week, don't miss the stream, because next week I'm going to give you a lot of money over here. I'm going to give you a lot of signals that is going to give you money. So GBPUSD just moved, just break from the levels that we indicated. Just break out from the level. Let me check out NASDAQ. US card was ranging. So NASDAQ too was ranging. Yeah. So NASDAQ is giving us what he said. So if price breaks, this is all consolidation. So wait for price to break out from this consolidation zone. So this will be, if price breaks above this one, that will be the best place to take a buy on NASDAQ. Wow, the level is breaking. Gold is moving. Gold is moving. The train is about to set off. So if it breaks the low, I'll take the risk. because now there it has made a break and retest over here. So the stop loss will be like, let's say 90 pips, targeting this zone, 100 and something pips. So it's breaking. We are in volume time too as well. Waiting for it to take the lows over here. It should take the low. It should take the low. Not in yet. Let me remove the hidden line for me to see it well. I just want to see a significant break of the low. Okay, let me put my number on the screen so that you catch me up over there. Okay, let's check out. Gold looks like you want to break. So my number, I've put in my number on the screen, so you can check me out on the screen. So I'm waiting for a significant break of the low. Then I take the sell. So you have like 4 minutes for the 15-minute time frame candle to close. The 50 minutes ongoing candle to close. Nice. We have like 2 minutes for the 15-minute candle to close. So I'm sure that the volume is going to come in when London opens. Volume is going to come in when London opens. So this was the pre-London. You see, price was consolidating. The price just moved, made a massive move over here. So just going to make a massive. So we saw some nice moves over here before. So if this candle close, I mostly don't execute around 45 there, but I will execute this time around because I don't want to miss this range. Almost 100 pips. So if London opens, the sell will be massive because H1 is going to close bearish, M30 bearish, M15 bearish. So it will be a nice sell. The game is all about waiting for the right spot. So you have like few seconds for the 15-minute candle to close. Okay, I mean, I've entered a sell. So this will be my stop loss. So this was the entry point. Should have waited for the candle. Wow, that's crazy. So the stop loss will be here. So that was quick drawdown. Quick drawdown. Quick drawdown. So this is where I entered. Should have waited. So this will be the first target. So if I get stopped out, I'll give myself a second chance because I'm very sure this trade should move bearish. So let me put my stop loss in place. I think I should have waited for 8 a.m. But that's fine. If I get stopped out, I'll wait for the 8 a.m. the landing open because I mostly don't enter 15 minutes to the landing open. That's fine. Since stop is managed. So we have like 10 minutes for landing open. Fine. Okay, so still in drawdown, but one thing is I should have waited for the 8 a.m. Because lending opinion can be rough. Lending opinion can be off. So if I get stopped out, then I'll wait for lending opinion. If lending opinions gives an opportunity, then I will take it. Understand the understand the game, wins and losses. Because the 30 minutes has broken the low. It has taken the low. So is supposed hello. Yeah. Oh. So you have like 4 minutes for lending open. All right. Gold, 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 gold. Okay. So we have 24 seconds for lending open. What's price doing? Just draw down. So 3 seconds, 2 seconds for lending open. Okay, so lending has open. Lending open. We're expecting some volume, either for in our favor or against us. That's what is going to happen. It's either going to be against us. So now the H1 has closed bearish. M30 has closed bearish. M15 has closed bearish. So this is a high probability trade that it should move down. This is a high probability trade for the sell to play out. But let's see. Our thoughts is not what I think most of the moves has happened. Okay. So if it takes the H1 high, then the chances that this zone will fail is very high. Okay. So I think the high has been taken, H1 low has been taken. So I'm in profit now. So this level can be a rejection level. I hope you are all in profit. Are you in profit? Are you in profit? Are you in profit? If you are in profit, let me know in the chat box. If you are in profit, let me know in the chat box, in the comment section rather. So 20, so far it has moved like 20, 30 pips. 30 pips on gold is small. So Samuel Kumi said he is in profit. All right. So at this point, price has moved like 40 pips. Price has moved like 40 pips. Madam Felicia said yes, in profit. Congratulations. Should I say congratulations to myself? What? Nice, 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 nice. All right. So nice one. Nice, nice. Woo! Lending open, brought in volume. Profits, break even. So break even, kindly break even point. If you want to take profits. Break even, break even, break even. We are done for the day. I'm done for the day, bro. Trading is simple, but not easy though. Trading is simple, but not easy. Easy money, easy money. Everything was done live. Everything was done live for you people to see. We don't hide behind the scenes posting profits. We do it live. When I was in drawdown, you guys saw it. In profit, you guys saw it. So if you want to take profit, really take profit. Yeah, we are done. I'm done with my work. I'm done for the day. Okay, I'm done for the day. So two trades for the week, they are all profits. They are all profits. So if you want to take profit, take. So price move like 90 pips. Price move 90 pips. If you had something from the trade, kindly indicate it in the chat box. If you took the trade, kindly comment you got some profit. 90 pips free giving. If you got some profits, kindly indicate it in the comment section that I got profits. If you got something from the trade, kindly indicate it in the comment section that you got profit. So I'm done for the day. I'm done with the session. We don't fake things, we do it live. We don't fake things, bro. So here is it. Book it live. Let me take a screenshot of it. Took it live. So this might be my target. The daily might be my target. The daily might be my target. Oh, I should take profit. Gold is very sleepy. Should I close? Or I should allow it to run? Or I should trail? Okay, let me trail stop. Okay. Let me trace stop. How many people? If you took the trade, kindly indicate it in the comment section. You are in profit. So we missed the buy. The first one I said the sell because of the time of the day. I didn't take it. The buy too. I was kind of not confident in it because of differences in the broker's chart. And what we waited patiently for a pullback, then what we took the sell. You umpe we na open then 120 pips. 120 pips on gold this morning. Everything was done live. So I told you people that if you miss a trade, what do you have to do? If you miss a trade, never complain. Just steady from the move, because they are going to happen again. You get it? They are definitely going to happen again. I've not closed any partial. My full position is still running. What I've done is what I've trailed stop. I've brought my stop loss beneath this. I'm targeting this level. So I've brought my stop loss beneath this one. My full position beneath this one. I told you guys that March is going to be crazy. March is going to be crazy. So I think I have to close some of the positions and allow some to run. So I've closed majority of the positions. Caught 140 pips this morning. Got 140 pips. Gold. That is crazy. So target hit, still moving. Target hit. $150 pips. The week has been great. The week has been great. The week has been great. But trading is not gambling. You need to educate yourself. The reason you keep on losing money, the whole of this week I've taken 2 trades. One Monday morning, which our price also ran very well. I took a buy over here. This is my second trade for the week. So I'm done for the either I'm done for the week or I'm done for the maybe Friday. I have to show up to see how price is going to. I will show up, but I will maybe use some small position, not to risk all my profits. That is what you need to understand. 170 pips on gold this morning. Crazy. So I'm done. Let me close all position because the candle closed with no wick. So let me try and trail, bring my stop, not to risk all the profits. At this point, any question? 190 pips on gold. Okay. 190 pips on gold. That is crazy. 190 pips. Can you imagine? You don't trade gold, then so at this point all my position has been closed. You call me. I'm doing live and you are calling me. I'm sure the person is watching live and you are calling. So you caught 190 pips on gold. Got 190 pips on gold. So We are done for the day. Is anyone having a question? Kindly share the channel to your friends and family people. We do it live. Tell them we do it live over here. If you have any question, kindly let me know. Well, you people don't trade live. You are demo traders. So had like eight lending open brought in the volume. So you see, one mistake I did was I shouldn't have executed mostly 45 minutes, like 50 minutes to the session open and those stuffs. Mostly brings people back. So I was lucky I wasn't stopped out. I was very lucky I wasn't stopped out from this trade. I was so lucky I wasn't stopped out from this trade. I should have waited for lending open, then I will execute. Kindly subscribe to the channel. So you can go back again and watch. Okay, guys, I think I'm done. I've given you some money this morning. Go out, make sure you enjoy the money. And when you are praying, kindly pray for me that I'll get. So we will meet from Tuesdays to Thursday. Tuesdays to Thursday. Tomorrow you are not meeting. Tuesday to Thursdays, that's our meeting times. Lending session Tuesdays to Thursdays. Catch me up over here. See you all next time. Next week. Okay, next week is going to be massive. We are shifting from daylight saving to standard time. So the volume time is going to change. It's now going to be, if you are in Africa, it's going to be 7 a.m. GMT. Okay. No more 8 a.m. Going to be 7 a.m. GMT. So kindly catch me live on this channel. Kindly subscribe to us all. See you next time. Bye bye to you all. Enjoy your profits. Bye.